Hi guys, and welcome to Let's Bake and Cook Stuff. Today I'm making pho. And you're probably thinking, okay, if you don't already know what pho is, you're like, why is she saying that word? It's P-H-O, it's pronounced pho. I say pho, but pronounced pho. It's a Vietnamese soup. It is delicious. It is the weirdest thing ever because it's not something I would have ever gotten if my friend Christy hadn't talked me into it one time. She said, I'll never ever forget this. It's been years ago. And she said, I said, what do you want to do for your birthday lunch? And she said, I want to go have soup at the Vietnamese restaurant. And I was like, you want soup for your birthday lunch? And her birthday's in December, so it makes sense that you would want soup, I guess. But anyway, I was like, okay, whatever. So I had some, and I was like, why haven't you brought me here before? Because pho is the greatest thing ever. And it probably is my favorite soup, my favorite broth-based soup. I like other cream-based soup maybe a little bit more, but this is really, really good. So we're doing it in the multi-cooker as well, too. So that means that it's going to be done faster. It's kind of funny, the multi-cooker. Let me see here. We want to saute. Take the top off. It sings to you. Okay, we want it on saute. Once it says hot, then we're going to be ready to start rocking and rolling here. But the multi-cooker, it does a lot of different things, right? It does the pressure cooking. I never wanted to get a pressure cooker because I was always afraid of them. These are, the newer ones are a lot more safe, and you really, I'm not saying that you can't hurt yourself with them, but it's a lot harder to hurt yourself. So you have to really try. Anyway, so I'm gonna do it in the multi-cooker. If you don't have a multi-cooker, you could, of course, do this in your stew pot. Instead of cooking it for 15 minutes, you'd need to cook it for a good hour, maybe 2 hours. But the longer you do it, the better. We're actually extracting all the flavors out of all these ingredients, and then they're actually getting tossed in the trash. So if you have a composter, God bless you, because that's where all these vegetables are going to get strained out. And wait, we have a fruit too. We have this apple. I'm gonna cut this apple in half just so that we can get in half and then in half again, so in quarters, so that we can get more real estate, right? We want more part of the apple flavor getting into our soup. And once it says hot, we're going to add our oil and some onion, and then that's going to cook for a little while, and then we're going to add our and the thing about pho is it's a lot of different ingredients. If you leave any of them out, you will notice it. Okay, so I'm actually adding some of my own. You know how I add jalapenos to everything, so I have this half of a jalapeno left over from something we did earlier. We did the quinoa salad, so I have this half of a jalapeno left, so I'm putting that in there. That's not something that would normally go in there, but I'm just trying to add a little bit of heat to it. They normally will serve it to you with some chili sauce or some Thai chilies, but I never, I can't find any Thai chilies. I've looked, there is a Asian store in our neighborhood, but it's not, I don't think it's open anymore. I don't know. Okay, it says hot. Now I can add my oil. 2 tablespoons of just regular old vegetable oil. Don't go out and get some fancy oil. And I'm just going to put my onions here. This is 1 large onion. I just cut it in quarters. This is about a quarter of a cup of ginger. I just chopped it up in little sticks. Again, this is all going to get strained out, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to get the most real estate out of it. If you just put a whole ginger root in there, you're not going to get as much flavor as you will from all of this. All these little pieces are going to be able to give you a bunch of flavor. So, that already smells good. You can make a meaty one. I'm doing this for Meatless Monday. You know, I always like to do something in Meatless Monday. I'm doing it with vegetable broth. If you wanted to do this with beef broth or chicken broth and then add some, how they do it in the restaurant is they take thin slices of raw, not chicken, but raw beef, real thin, like almost paper thin slices, and then put it in the bowl and then pour the soup over it. And that just cooks it just a little bit. Oh, it looks so good, but I don't eat that. And then if you have some shredded chicken left over, some chicken from, like if you have a rotisserie chicken, or even if you have like fried chicken, you can take the skin off of it and use that chicken. Stick it in there if you have to have meat. No, I won't be mad at you. Hi, honey. Doing a video. I'm making pho. You want to try some pho?
Sure.
It's soup. It's really good. I like it a lot. So. But is it your lunchtime?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's a close-up of the onions cooking with the ginger, and we want a pretty good char on those. So these have been cooking for about 5 minutes. We're getting ready to add other ingredients now. I just wanted you to see how they look because you can't see through the multi-cooker. Okay. Okay. Now I'm adding a whole bunch of stuff. So a tablespoon of coriander seeds, whole coriander seeds. Again, this is all going to get strained out. So 1 teaspoon of black peppercorns. Actually, that's multicolored peppercorns. 1 cinnamon stick, a half of a jalapeno, completely optional. 2 cloves of garlic, also optional. 4 cardamom pods, cardamom pods, which I have smashed so that it releases some of their flavor. 3 anise stars. Okay. About 6 cloves, whole cloves. And 1 tablespoon of fennel seeds. Stir that in. Let that go about a minute. This is so good. And the condiments you use with it can be anything you want. They're traditionally, they serve you with like if you get it to go, I always get it to go. And you get the bean sprouts and some Thai chili paste and some basil. That is one thing, I couldn't find Thai basil. I couldn't find Thai chilies or Thai basil. I don't know where to get that at, but if you know, I'd love to hear it down in the comment, or read it in the comment section down below, because I have no idea. And I live in Southern California, so you think, you know. Okay, now I'm adding an apple that I've cut into quarters. Just about 2 cups of cilantro, about half of a whole big bunch of cilantro. I love cilantro. That's stems and all. Don't throw away your stems. Just toss them in there. They taste just as good. You're going to strain it out anyway, so even if you didn't like the texture of the stems, you're straining it anyway, so don't worry about that. We've got 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. A tablespoon of coconut sugar. Use brown sugar if you don't have coconut sugar. About 2 cups of cut up mushrooms. This is mini portobellos, right? But you can use shiitake or whatever. You want them to be a flavorful. Smells so good. 4 cups of water. And 4 cups of vegetable broth. So I haven't put any salt in here yet. We're going to see how much salt this broth has given us. Here's the pho getting ready to turn into pho. This is all these vegetables are going to get strained out there after they leave all their goodness in here. See you back here in 15 minutes. There we go. And it tells you, make sure your vent is closed. We're going to set this on pressure cook for 15 minutes. Okay, and there's no like start button. I was like, how do you tell it to start? But once you're done touching it, it says, oh, she must be done. So we're going to let this go for 15 minutes. It's telling you it's on. It's saying, I'm doing what you're telling me to do. I'm going to go for 15 minutes. So it's going to pressure cook for 15 minutes. Now, I don't know if you saw my broccoli soup video. The thing is, it says 15 minutes, but it's 15 minutes after it reaches pressure. Okay, so it could take 5, 10, 15 minutes to reach pressure. So it's not going to be 15 minutes is basically what I'm getting at. So it's going to be, we put it on 15 minutes of pressure. Then once it's done cooking on once it's done pressure cooking, then we're going to allow it to naturally steam for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then we're going to release this thing here. And then that's going to release the rest of the steam. And then we're going to have our broth ready to add to it what we like. And we're going to see you then, and I hope you like this as much as I do. It's delicious. Okay, once that red dot goes down, the pressure is released, and we are ready to open up and finish our soup. There you go. Look at that. Oh, it's going to be so good. I cannot wait. Okay, we're going to strain it. Hang on. Delicious soup. Okay, it's time for pho. The favorite part. I got a block of tofu here. I'm gonna just toss in a few cubes. Tofu has like 8 grams of protein in a 3-ounce serving, so super good for you. We're gonna add a little bit of these noodles. These are just rice noodles. These are kind of fun. You actually just put them in the water for like 3-4 minutes and they're cooked. You don't boil them or anything. You put them in boiling water. Okay, and now well, let's put our pho in here. That tofu hasn't been cooked or anything, so this will heat it up. Okay, and now this is, you know, viewer's choice. You take what you like. I'm going to squeeze a part of a lime in here. I'm going to put the rest of it in there. Oh, there's a chili pepper. I'm going to put a couple of these chilies. This is just a, again, I couldn't find the Thai chili, so this is just a serrano chili. I'm going to take some of these bean sprouts. They're so good. They really don't have a lot of flavor. They're just sort of like neutral, but they add a little bit of crunch to the soup. This is a sliced green onion. I'm going to add some cilantro. And any of this is up to you, however you like it. Put a little bit of this chili paste in here. And there you have pho. Gosh, it's so good, you guys. When you get it at the restaurant, they give it to you with a spoon and chopsticks. So you do you. There's just nothing like it. It's so good. Please try this. Let me know how you like it. I hope you love it because I absolutely think it's the greatest soup that's ever been invented. So you let me know if you feel the same way. Again, if you needed to add some cooked chicken, or if you put in some raw beef and then put the hot liquid over it, that would help to cook it, and you know, it makes it sort of like a medium rare. But I can't think of anything bad to say about it. It's got so much flavor. And again, you can taste every component. You can taste the cardamom, you can taste the anise. And be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of the anise, the star anise. Not a fan of it usually, but it adds that flavor. And if you leave it out, it's gonna be, in fact, the first time I made it, I went, I'm not gonna get that because I'm never gonna use it for anything else. And it is absolutely, it just has a different flavor that's, you can't get from anything else. So try it. Let me know how you like it. Let me know if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. If you would like to leave a comment, I would love to see it. If you would like to subscribe, just hit that subscribe button. And I will see you again for another delicious meal from Let's Bake and Cook Stuff. Thanks for watching.